Yo, what is good, YouTube? It is Tempo TCG here, and it is currently 2:04 in the morning, and we got some new cards released about an hour ago. So let's just go over these. Let's talk about them. Let's see how good they are. Right off the bat, here is Ursaluna EX. Ursaluna's ability is Elder's Technique. This Pokemon's Blood Moon attack costs 1 less colorless for each prize card your opponent's already taken. So for 5 energy, it's doing 240, but if your opponent's taken 5 prize cards, it's swinging for free. I think it's an okay ability. It's probably never going to replace Radiant Charizard. I think Ursaluna could see a little bit of play, but I really doubt it'll be too much. It's probably the least interesting card that has been released. There's some really busted and really cool cards that you guys are going to want to stay in this video and see what they are. So next is Iron Thorns EX. This is my personal favorite card that was released. I think it is super sick. It has the ability Initialize. While this Pokemon is in the active spot, Pokemon with a Roblox in play, except any future Pokemon, don't have abilities. So this is essentially Path to the Peak on a Pokemon. Now this is going to mean that Future Box is going to be a very, very good deck. Because without another path in play, they have no way of shutting off Iron Thorns. So you're out of abilities. If you remember Aerodactyl V-Star Control, this is exactly like that. So I think it's going to be very, very good. Obviously, it'll see play in some control style decks. I'm assuming so, at least. It'll probably see play in Future Box. I think it's probably going to be a pretty good card. And then we have what everybody's crying about on Twitter right now, which is Unfair Stamp. So Unfair Stamp is you can only play this card if one of your Pokemon is knocked out during your opponent's last turn. This card is each player shuffles their hand into their deck. You draw 5, your opponent draws 2. That is absolutely insane. There's a lot of ways this could be really good. First thing that came to my mind was Arbok Control. You Unfair Stamp, and then you Menacing Fangs, discard 2 cards from their hand. They're playing a hand with 0 cards, especially if you were to, if they're playing Babarrel or something, you go Boss Babarrel, Unfair, or Boss Babarrel, Stamp, and then Menacing Fangs. You're just ruining their day, and they're probably not even gonna want to play. I think Unfair Stamp is exactly like it says, unfair. I don't know if it'll get banned. I could kind of see it because this is kind of broken, especially with a card like Silene in a format. I really don't see this card being balanced whatsoever. I think it'll be preferred A-spec of a lot of decks. It's just absolutely nuts to have Roxanne on an item, and that just, it's not good. Look at Reset Stamp, that card's banned, and it was horrible. Moving on, we have Screamtail EX. Screamtail EX has the Sudden Shriek attack. You can use this attack only if you go second and only during your first turn. During your opponent's next turn, they cannot play any supporter cards from their hand. And then it has Crunch, which is 120 for Psychic Color's Colorless, which is discard an energy from your opponent's active Pokemon. Screamtail will not see any play. It'll be super bad. Yeah, it doesn't have a lot of bulk, and it's just not going to be worth it to play in any decks. I don't think. It might see a little niche in a couple control decks, but I really doubt it because it's just got no consistency. We've got Parin. Parin is reveal up to 2 Pokemon from your hand and then shuffle them into your deck. Then search your deck for that many Pokemon, reveal them, and put them into your hand. I think this is a okay card. It's pretty much just Pokemon Communications, except you could go for 2, which I think is pretty solid, to be honest. Everybody wanted Pokemon Communications back. We kind of have it here. I think this probably means we're not getting a Communications reprint, but I think that's okay. I don't think with Parin and format you're gonna need it. Obviously, Communications is better, but I think Communications is pretty strong in this format, and I just don't see them printing it. And I think Parin kind of just solidifies it's not going to come. Enhanced Hammer is back. I think this is really cool. I still think Sinnoh is going to be a better card to play. However, I could see some decks playing Enhanced Hammer and Sinnoh. Jet Energy is really, really good. And obviously, Enhanced Hammer doesn't shut that down. So in control type archetype, in control decks, they're probably still going to play Enhanced. However, with the rise of Lugia again, I do think Enhanced will be pretty good, especially in decks like Roaring Moon that are going to be playing cards like Darkrai. I think being able to discard 6 energy is probably going to be pretty solid. I think Enhanced Hammer will have its spot in the format. I don't think it'll be busted. I think it'll probably remain as balanced as it always has been, and I think that's really healthy for the format. The next card is Lucky Helmet. So if anybody played back, I don't even remember when this card was in format, but Lucky Helmet is if the Pokemon this card is attached to is in the active spot and is damaged by an attack. Even if it's knocked out, you're drawing 2 cards. It's just a really easy way to draw cards. I could see it seeing play in some stall archetypes. Snorlax could benefit from this. Maybe they could cut Rotom in terms of like putting down Snorlax with Lucky Helmet. It means you cannot use a Bravery Charm, but I still think that's okay. I think this would be a really good early game card for Snorlax. Or even if you're playing Rotom and this, you bench Rotom, you attach Lucky Helmet, you insta-charge, and then they swing you. That's 5 extra cards. I think it'll be pretty good. I don't think it'll see too much play, but I think it'll see a little bit, and I think that's probably just the niche it's going to have is just it's going to be there in decks that might lack a little bit of consistency. Personally, my favorite little guy is a Dipin with the grass and fire. Has Syrup Catcher. Switch one of your opponent's bench Pokemon with their active Pokemon, then it does 70 damage. Not a good attack, but who doesn't love Dipin? Yeah, this card, I don't know why this is one of the cards that was leaked, but I think Diplin's a pretty cool little dude. And then we have the last 2 cards, Community Center and Caretaker. Community Center says, once during each player's turn, if that player has already played a supporter card from their hand, they may heal 10 damage from each of their Pokemon. Card's probably not good. Caretaker is, draw 2 cards. If Community Center is in play, shuffle this Caretaker back into your deck. That's also not good at all. These cards are also not good. They're never going to see play. They'll probably end up being in a battle deck of some sort, like the really low, like 1-star ones. Yeah, besides that, these are all the cards that were released. Personally, I think Reset Stamp is absolutely busted. I think Parin's a pretty alright card to have, but yeah, I'm really excited for Iron Thorns and Future Box. Yeah, thanks for watching. Just a short little video. I appreciate you guys, and we'll see you guys all later. Have a great night.
Want to support the Shuffle Squad? Be sure to check out all of our sponsors in the description to pick up Pokemon TCG singles, sealed, and PTCG live codes. Hey trainers, tired of having too many cards lying around? I know that feeling, and I know what a hassle it is to try and sell those cards. But selling bulk is now easier than ever with TCG Bulk. Find tons of potential buyers in a single place. You just download the app, look for the best buyer near you, and carefully pack your bulk, ship it, and you get paid. It really is that simple. Turn the cards you don't want into the cards you absolutely need for your next deck. You made it to the end. Thank you so much for watching this entire video from the Shuffle Squad. Honestly, from the bottom of our hearts, we appreciate each and every person that supports our content, watches what we have going on every single day, every single week, even from time to time, and continuously allows us to have a forum to project our creative content towards the Pokemon TCG community. So if you haven't already, be sure to give this video a like, subscribe to the channel, and even leave a comment to help boost the YouTube algorithm. That being said, we'll catch you with our next video. Thanks again. Take it easy.